What's up, everybody? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to the channel Stacks from Scratch. It is me, your host, your homegirl, Mrs. Latoya Slater. And that's right, you already know. If you've been here before, you can just call me Toya. You already know what you're here for. I'm about to show you how I create and make money with yard signs on Canva. And you can use the free version for these, but today I am working with the pro account. So let's get started by clicking on create a design, or you can go right to the very top of the page, type in the search bar yard sign, and you'll see how easy this is. We're going to create a yard sign. Looks like it's got me in my designs. So let's go to templates. And here we have all types of yard signs. I'm going to show you how I design these, how I place the orders for my clients, and get it to them, and how I collect the money. So here you go, a blueprint to make some money. You know, graduation time is here. They already hit me up. That's what made me decide to go ahead and do this tutorial to show you this is possible. They already calling me right now. Graduation season is upon us. This is the most popular time that I sell yard signs. I have made some for people in business, so don't forget to advertise this to your servicemen or people who cut grass or fix cars. They can always use some yard signs. So let me show you how to design it first. We're going to click on create a blank yard sign. Then, of course, you have already asked your client for an image. Once they decided to hire you to do this, you're going to collect your images from them. And let's say this is a graduation yard sign. Sometimes I will go to Pinterest, and I'm going to just pull it up and show you how I find designs so that I know it looks professional. And I know they can't deny it when they get it. When the customer get it, they can't deny it. All right? Let's see. Now we are on Pinterest. Let's get to the home page. Okay, so guys, what I do, I just type in the search graduation yard signs. And here we go. So I'm going to pick a template from here to juxtapose that I can create and design for a client. Let's just go with, I like this big 2025. It looks real modern, doesn't it? Let's just go with something a little more basic so we can be a little less apt to have run into any hiccups while we doing this. So I will click on this. This is a basic yard sign right here. And I would just take Ashley's picture here. Oh, it won't let me click on it. So what I do is screen capture. Let's scroll down a tranche. Make sure we get the whole thing. Now I'm going to capture this on the screen like a screenshot. I don't know. It won't even let me do it from that way. Let's see. Let me just screenshot the page. Now we get it. Thank you. Let's go back to Canva. Go back to our design. And we'll upload this image that we just downloaded. Yeah, y'all all in my business looking at all my Canva photos. Perfectly all right. Okay, we got the screenshot. We'll put this on here and just crop it down to size so we just see the yard sign itself. So how y'all been doing? How's everything going? It's getting close to another weekend right now, so my week has went very well. I've been very productive. I'm just excited for the weekend to come up. It's nothing special going on, but that's my time when I get to really, relax and cook and eat all the foods that I love so much. All right, so now we got Ashley's little yard sign here. We see the background is all black. Let's go ahead and select the element, a square. Click on that and change the color before we expand. You do see that your widgets are all at the top of your Canva design right here across the top. This belt has a lot of different actions for you up here. But we also can keep scrolling over to the left and you'll see you have even more widgets over here. Tools, apps, projects, your branding sites, your branding packages can all be stored right here. All your elements you need, just in case you didn't know. But if you've been following me, I'm sure you know about Canva by now. So we'll go ahead and position this square to the back so we can reveal that yard sign one more time. Alright, and we're just going to go step by step. Start with the top. I see there are stars and a word congratulations. Let's go for the text. Let's use a heading box so that the word is large. And just type in congratulations. Make sure you're spelling it correctly. If you're not sure, they don't really. I think they got a good spell check here, but if you're not sure, you go to Google, go to chat. When you're doing designs for customers, get it right. Take no chances. I don't care if it feels silly, if it feel like you just so sure, you just need to check, okay? Always make sure you get your stuff in order. Because what could be so regretful then a client comes back and say, hey, you spelled this wrong. Oh, talk about the pain of regret. Okay, and we just minimize and see Canva is giving us some guide here. Let's stay within the guide because we are going to have this printed and we want to make sure that the margins are regulated. So we have this in a box. We're going to change the font by clicking on this font box and get an option over to the left. I would like something that looks a little more like this. So that's a script. Let's see if we can find script. Corporate. Handwriting, sans serif, rounded. Okay, I see calligraphy. Let's see if we see anything here. How about Malibu? Very good. And we could even add an effect. Let's go to the top of the Canva design. Click on effects and back to the left. We can raise this up. We can outline this. And don't forget, this will be on the street. People want to see this when they riding by, so we want to give it a bold look if we can. So I don't know if this congratulations is gonna work. It looks a little thin, but I'm gonna try to thicken it up by adding an outline, making it black, or let's make it white. Okay, that looks a little better. It doesn't look quite like the one on their box, but it looks a lot better. Let's see. Let's keep rolling. Let's add the stars and see if it makes it look any better. I'm bringing it down a tranche because now that we adding, we don't want to go outside our margin too bad, okay? All right. Now we got it centered. Let's go back to elements. And what's been going on with y'all? Because are y'all seeing any progress with your finances? Are y'all trying any of these ideas that I'm throwing out here for success? Have y'all given any thought to your next money move? What do you have in mind for 2025? I know you got some goals out. I know you've been thinking and focusing on what's next in the next chapter of life, like we all have. When it gets to this big old age, now we thinking, what's next for me? Because I had got to the point where, I was thinking to myself, what would happen if I didn't have my husband right now? I mean, what's going to happen in the next 10 years? I mean, I don't have a 401k or Social Security even because I haven't worked. And I'm just like, what am I supposed to do about the money? You know? So, yes, it's important for us to start coming up with some ideals that can create something longevity for us right now. You see what I'm doing here with the stars? I'm just duplicating, kind of putting them exactly where they are on this flyer here. And this one is a little more bold. Let's bring it out tranche. And then we have one over the eye. Uh-oh. Put that back. Somewhere in there behind the D. Oh, we spelled this one wrong. Oh, that's a T. I'm going to say now. Yes, it can get confusing with this word. Don't come for me. You know, it's a little confusing. Okay, so I think we need to make this one a little bit smaller. Okay, and next we have lines. Do you see that? So we'll keep it moving. Let's say white line in the search bar for elements. And of course, you know, it's another way we could pull this up easily. But I'm just going to show you. In fact, let's use a square because the square is maneuverable. It's adjustable. Let's use that. I'm going to change that color to white. And let's get it, girl. It was coming out. It's coming out. All right. Look at that. I love giving birth to things, to people, to ideas. I love receiving inspiration and ideas and encouragement. I love it. And that's kind of what Canva does for me. Canva is therapy. It's therapeutic. Sometimes you get to sit in silence with your own thoughts and just bring things to life. Okay, my line looks a little thick to me, but let's duplicate the line. And now we're making the yellow bar there, so we're going to change the color. Let's give it yellow. And see, Canva has already picked up the colors for us in the design. And that's because we added the photo directly from their website to our design. So Canva was able to pick up those colors and match them precisely. Who else do that? Who? Okay, now what we're going to do is slide the design down just a tranche, but keep it on deck so we can, keep studying it. Now, if you want to, you could change your colors. And if I was selling this, I probably would change the colors to whatever color they school or, whatever colors they represent for their graduation. I'm just going to leave it the same for the sake of this video. I do see my white line is a little thick. I'm going to bring my yellow up over it a tranche. Get it up a little bit. Okay, that'll work. And then what I'll do is duplicate the white line if I can get back to it. There it is. And now we'll duplicate the white line. We're going to bring her down right below the yellow. Make sure you're spacing right. Get your bars set right. Your measurements together. Okay, I think that's pretty enough to be in somebody's yard. Let's give her a name. They added Ashley. Let's add my baby name, Simone. And let's check out their font. Alright. It looks almost the same as what we have here. Simone is my daughter. That's my oldest daughter. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but I am a mom of 6. I have 3 boys and 3 girls. Alright. I think Simone could get a little bigger. And we can change their font. Let's see if we can make this look a little more curvy some kind of way. How about that? No. Simone. No, it's too flat. Let's try script. No way. Alright, let's get it out of calligraphy by clicking that arrow in the search box here on the left. And we're going to go down the list here and see if we can find something with a little more curve. Now I did switch over. Alright, I like Simone like that. I switched over the style to a display style. And by doing that, I went right above the font options. It's a bunch of boxes up here that give you some display styles. Let's try a bowl. Let's try a balloon. I like that. Could see that from the street real good. What? I like that. But that's not. That's more for a magazine. Let's see. I'm gonna stick with the balloon bowl. It ain't really hitting so much like that. Alright, there we go. I like that. It still ain't hitting like Ashley right there. Let me see. I'm gonna get out of the bold. Go right down the grid. And then also we can add to these. I like this one. Let's center it and change it up a little bit. Alright. Now you see the purple perforated line going down behind the O in her name. It's letting me know I'm aligned. Now we're gonna give it a little more smoke. See if we can make it bold. Oh yeah, now we talking. See if we can give it any kind of effect. A lift would be great. There we go. Or even a neon. I don't like that. I don't like that trim either. It make it look kind of masculine. Well, let's stick with that. And I think I got a little too much space in there, so I'm going to bring the letter spacing in some. And I wish I could put an italic on this, but I'm going to leave it like it is. In fact, let's give it a white trim. I see something. Let's say outline, change that gray to white. You see what I did? Oh, that's perfect. Oh my God, I feel like my baby's graduating again. Okay, let's get that lined up. They lined up too right there. Okay. Now, what's next? Class of. Let's go to text and do a subheading text. Go ahead and type caps ELASS space caps of. Want everything caps if we can on here, because don't forget these are in the yard and you want them to be seen from the street clearly. Let's give it a twist up the side, and we recognize that the OF is directly under the white line there. Just follow this template, bring it in some. Now let's get them big numbers on here. Go back to text and add a heading. We're going to use a full font for that 2025. And let's get them colors on there. I love how they did that and switched it up. Now let's start with, let's click off and click back on it so we make it more adjustable. You want to add that. Oh, look at that type. Don't hit the shield for the caps. It's still on. Okay, so now we just say 2025. Yes, I know my novels. That 2025 is kind of big, ain't it? I'm just clicking off and clicking back on so I can work with it better. Alright. I think it's perfect. Let's just get 2025. Okay, we're going to make the 25 white. By highlighting those two numbers, clicking the text color, change it to white over here on the left, and let's see it. Ta-da! And it has a little trim on it. Let's give it a little gray trim on the 25. By highlighting the 25, going to the top of the image, clicking on the effect, outline. I like the gold, but you see the color here right up under your outline option. And we'll change that color by clicking that dot and trimming it in the color that we desire. Also, I want to give class of a little more stretch. And I want to give it an effect. Maybe we can highlight it that way or outline it with black. Oh, no. with yellow. Let's stick to the yellow. Now here is that of touching the two. Actually, the two is coming in under of. Let's see if we can make it a little closer. All right. And then we have a name of a high school and some stars. So let's go ahead and bring our stars down. Clicking on one at a time, duplicating, getting them in some order. And I see this star needs to be positioned. So we'll go and say backward, backward. Very good. Now we'll duplicate that star. Bring it closer to the 5 and shrink it, shrink it, shrink it. Shrink. We can duplicate that star, bring it over, down near the end of the 5. Can duplicate that star, bring it over in front of the 2, and give it a little bit of bulk. Stretch it out a little tranche. All right, now let's do some text. Make one more star over here and bring it all the way out. Almost cutting it off. Now let's get some text. We're going to say, give us a subheading and get a name of a high school. This one says Arcadia High School. Let's just use that. And it's all caps. ARCADIAHIGH. HCOOL. Yeah, I can spell it out, baby. I can spell it out to you. Now we're going to click off, click back on, change it to white. Oh, ain't you so glad you learning how to do this? Tell the truth, because I know you having birthday parties yourself. You can make these now. You can make these for your own house, for your own children. Let's give Arcadia some space by going to the top option bar here and click on spacing, and we'll say letter spacing and bring it over a tranche until we think we got it far enough. Looks like this flyer has it going. I think the C is under the 2 and the 5 is on top of the H and O. I'm gonna bring it in a little bit. There we go. And let's make sure we got a center here. There we go. Now we're going to give it a little effect. How about a lift? Nothing. Shadow. Nothing. Okay. How about the neon is kind of bright, but let's roll with it. Candy High School still look a little off to me. Maybe spaced out a little too far. Bring it down. It starts over the L. Okay. All right. Okay. You can add a cap or something here. Let's just throw some little cap on there. And I think that'll do it. Look like we got it done still. Okay, let's bring this over a bit. There we go. And there you go. You got it. You know how to do this. And here's how you order. You're going to say print with Canva. And Canva's going to allow you to print this yard sign for $30. You could choose to do front and back. And they're going to send the metal letter H stick. What do they call this? Your H stake. Okay, they're going to send this along with it, and what I do is I order it and send it to the address of my client. They charge me $31. I charge my client $60 to create, design, and ship this to them. And there you go. You got it. Now go ahead, make you some money, get in on the graduation stimulation and use this for anything, birthday parties or any kind of events. Just start marketing this as a service and get your coins. And listen, if you need some more help on Canva, tune in to any one of my videos on my Canva playlist right here on my channel, Stacks from Scratch. And I will see you on the next video.